Hello and welcome to this data service instructional video. This video is going to go over the two places that teachers can use the year switcher to see last year's data for this year's students. So you're actually looking at your class from this year and looking at how they fared on last year's standards. All right. One way you can do this is to look at an individual student. So if you take a look at anytime you see a student's name, you can click on it. If it's highlighted, it'll take you to the student detail page, or you can go through your enter assessments or your view progress book page and click on a student that way. I'm actually just going to use the student search. Makes my life easier since I don't have a class. I'm just going to select a student. And once you go select that student, you can see it takes you to the student detail page, and you have your student detail card at the top. And then below that, it says assessment year. This is your year switcher for this specific student detail page. So if I select this year switcher, it's currently set to 2018-2019. They're always going to default to this year. The assessment year switcher will. I can switch it to 2017-2018, and it looks like this student was actually in kindergarten in 2017-2018. So now I'm looking at this student's proficiency from last year on kindergarten standards, since that student was in kindergarten. And that, I can scroll down, you can see all the data is from last year. So, and all the drop downs work the same. You can drill down into individualized assessments just like you would if it was this current year. You can see how the student is progressing. So that is how you look at how you switch the date on the student detail page. There's one other place that you can switch the date. You can use the date switcher. So you can go to this little progress book drop down, and I call these the mountain reports because they look like little mountains. Har har. So you can go to the standards overview or the standards overview category or standard reports. We'll start at the category report just because the other one is just a drill down of this report. We will select a teacher and select a course, and then you'll see it says assessment year. So again, this always defaults to the current year. I'm going to switch it to last year. I've picked a second grade teacher, so you'll see when I switch the assessment year to last year, it switches me to first grade standards because this teacher's class was in first grade last year. And then I can run this report. And after I run this report, it functions just like the current year's report, only it's looking at last year's data. So you'll see it pulls up, it tells you proficiency, student proficiency on each of these reporting categories. You can drill down using these, clicking on the actual colors. So 11 students were proficient in this particular reporting category. And you can also click on the reporting category still and drill down to the standards. So you'll see that these are all first grade standards because this was last year's data. These are the four reporting categories, or four standards in this particular reporting category. And if I wanted to drill down and take a look, and you'll see there will be some gray space because maybe there's students that repeated a grade, or they actually just weren't in a school that did standards-based grading or standards-based learning. So you can click on the actual color of that standard, and it drills down to the specific standard, and it lets you know how the students did on their standards in the previous year. So remember, when you're looking at this report, you're looking at end of the year proficiency. So all of this is what essentially a snapshot of how your class did at the end of the year last year. All right, those are the two places that teachers can use the year switcher to look at previous year's data. Thank you so much for watching this video, and tune in soon for another video. No, I don't know.